Okay, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do a comparison between Corsair SP120 Performance Edition. Just give you a look at this. This is the back of it, if you'll focus. Okay, these are the ones that spin at 2350 RPM. Okay, and I've got 3 of those, and in the top here I got, at the moment, this I got some 120 CoolerMaster Sickleflows at the front, and the top there on the radiator. So Alpha Cool 30mm by 360. This computer is just to test stuff out. So what I did is I had some spare parts and I just build it up. I drill some holes in there and there to sit the radiator above, some copper pipe to try and match the copper coloured stuff, and the logo on the side. I bought a reservoir and a little 2.2 pump. Got my HyperX in the front there, and that's what it looks like from the side. So this is just a test rig. It's got an AMD 6350 in it on an MSI board, and a 67, I think it's a 6850 or 6870 AMD graphics card, but it's an old graphics card, but it does the job, you know. So what we're going to do, we're going to just test, see what the temperature difference is. I'm going to run Prime 95 on this. The fans at the moment, the 3 top fans are the ones on the left, pump speed is on the right. They're running about 840 at the moment. This has been running for about half an hour now, and as you can see, all cores running at 4.322 GHz on overclock. GPU Z shows it at 4.321, give or take a touch. Temperatures on the cores are between 3 and 5 degrees, all gone up to 9, and a maximum of 22. The garage temperature where I'm working here, just testing it out, is 16.7. Let's call it 17 degrees. So the air in the garage is 17 degrees. The fans on the top at the moment are the Sickleflows, running at 840 RPM. The fan, the pump is running at 15, call it 1600. So what we're going to do now, we're going to put Prime 95 on it. I'm going to run it on small FFTs, and I'm going to ramp the fans up to full. But if you listen to this on 840, this is the fan noise. This is really what I want to get looking at. Okay, so the fan noise on there is hardly audible. They're very, very good fans, you know. Used to run them on the big computer over there, but I like to test everything out on this one. This case is a Thermaltake Armor, an old case. It's got to be 8-9 years old, I should. So what we're going to do now, we're going to put Prime 95 on. Just going to click it on the screen here. Okay, and what we're going to do, we're going to run it on small FFTs. Okay, which does a lot of the CPU. And I'm going to leave the fans on there like that. Oh, and I'll tell you what, yeah, I'm going to put the fans up to 1000, because that's what I want to run the other ones up. I'm just going to put, let's go to 2. 1050. Yep, and number 3. Just going to put flat out, because of the back one I don't have. It's a Sickleflow, but the maximum speed it run at is 900. So we're just going to run that like that. Small FFTs, and we can see the temperature is at the moment is a maximum of 22, and we're going to go from there. Right, we're going to run it. Okay, and away we go. All the cores on AMD overdrive have gone flat out, and I'll leave that now 15 minutes. Oh, I got a Skype call. Okay, I'll get back to you in a bit. Okay, Prime 95 been running now for 21, what's the time now? 15 minutes. Fans, Sickleflows are on around 1050, 1080 RPM. Pump still on 1590. You can see it bubbling away there. Okay, and the temperatures on the CPU 30 degrees, and they're all flat out 4.321 gigahertz on CPU Z. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn the fans on flat out, the 3 top fans on the radiator, not the ones on the inside the case. They're running on that Ascus one, and then we'll see what we can get the temperatures drop down to on there. So what I'm going to do now, okay, see it's passed, and it's gone back to test 1. That's good. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to turn all the fans on the radiator flat out, and then they're not loud at all. Have a listen. They're the Sickleflow, CoolerMaster Sickleflows. I think they're a great fan. Now they're revving around, or they're spinning, sorry, about 18 to 1830. The front one there I'm not touching. The pump, I put the pump. Okay, the pump now is on flat out, which is 6, and the audible, I'm standing 3 feet away, and you can hear them, but it's not loud at all. Just to give you an idea, I can feel the warmth, I can feel the heat of, well, the warm air coming through the bottom of the radiator. But other than that, you wouldn't even bother with that. That wouldn't bother you at all. Maybe because I'm in a big garage, and holding my hand about a foot away, I can feel the breeze coming off the top of the case back into my hand, and it is warm. Agreed, yeah. So what we're going to do, I'm going to leave that running, and you can see the temperatures there, around 31, maximum 30 degrees. The thermal margin 40 degrees. That should come down. The more the thermal margin is, the better it is. If this goes down, thermal margin goes up. So if this goes to 32, the thermal margin will be 42, 48. So the maximum degrees I can have on this AMD 6350 XF or FX, sorry, better brandy, is 70 degrees. So I'm going to leave that running now till it goes past the test 12, and then we'll see what the temperatures are running at that. But it's not loud at all. I'm going to stand 3 feet away. Four foot. Right in front of the case. And don't forget, these fans are running at 1830, and they've also got the pump running on the water cooling. So you can see the pump running flat out in there, the tube reservoir. Right, we'll leave that running for a bit, and I will get back to you in in approximately half an hour. Okay guys, I'm back. Prime 95 now, been running for around an hour. Had a little hiccup with Prime 95 going off, but I rebooted, I turned it off and put it back on straight away, so it wouldn't have no problem with temperature wise. Just listen to this. These are the Sickleflow, CoolerMaster Sickleflows on full chat, 1860 RPM. Just have a listen to this. That's over the top of them, and this is underneath. Okay, this is only a... I can feel the warmth coming out of the radiator over the top of the case into my hand under there. But back here, I can't see anybody having any issue with these Sickleflow fans, even at full chat. You know, on half, if you put them at 840, 850, you wouldn't even notice them. The only reason I get it here, because if I stand in doing a keyboard, I get see the green glare coming out the fan there. That blinds me, so they're that bright. But the temperatures on these Sickleflows, as you can see down here, CPU hardware monitor, maximum, the value is around 30 degrees, maximum is 31, so the value is 30. And on AMD overdrive, AMD overdrive, thermal margin is 40 degrees on every core, and it's still running on CPU Z 4.321 megahertz. So that's all I can say about these fans. These Sickleflows, I haven't tested the Corsair SP120 performance ones yet, but these Sickleflow fans on a 30mm radiator, even on a 60mm radiator, I know they're great. On the 10 fins per inch, anything denser than that I'm not sure, but the Alpha Cool radiators, they do work absolutely fantastic, and I'm well pleased with them. I only bought the Corsairs just to give a comparison. So it's all water cooled on the CPU, as you can see. This thing works great with these Sickleflows, and they're not even, I wouldn't even say they're audible or bothery. They don't bother me at all. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just put my ciggy out, and I'm going to change it all over and put the SP performance fans on the top of this, and then we'll see what the difference is. But what I'm going to do is I'm only going to run the Corsair SPs at 1830, so it's a comparison to the Sickleflows, no faster, otherwise it's beyond the point, you know. So that's what I'll do. So I'll get back to you once I've sorted that out. Okay, I have the Corsair SP Performance Edition fans put on the top radiator. Okay, and they're running at around 810, 840 with the pump on 1560. Okay, easy to put on, very nice looking fans, feel good quality. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to turn that back fan off and the front fan off, and you can listen to this. I have the freezers going at the moment in the background, so I'll turn these off. Listen to this. That's about 6 inches away. You can hardly, well, I don't think you can even hear them really. Just the odd little wind breeze going through. It's coming back round the side. You can feel the air coming out. Nice and cold from the radiator. This has been idling now for about 10 minutes. Okay, I'm just going to turn the front and the rear fan back on. Okay, what we're doing, same as earlier with the CoolerMaster Sickleflows, 4.32 hertz there. Thermal margin is 65 to 67. CPU and hardware monitor, maximum temperature 19, and value around is going up and down between 10 and 5. CPU Z running there. Garage temperature is 14 degrees C, so yeah, we're running about 5 degrees C on there. So what we're going to do now, we're going to start prime 95, and I'm going to keep those on 840, just like I did the Sickleflows, and we're going to run small FFTs. I'm going to start, and then we'll see what temperature goes up. All the cores gone flat out. We'll keep an eye on the temperature. Temperature has gone to 22. Excuse me. Just have a look at this other. I've also got core temps up. It shows 23 degrees. It shows a maximum of 23 over there, and a value. So what we'll do, we'll leave that running till it gets to test 12, and then we'll see which is running as per that. 840 RPM. You can't even hear them. Let me get close. Not a dicky bird, nothing, apart from the air coming out underneath the radiator. Wow. Right, as I say, we'll leave that running. All the cores are flat out. Thermal margin is 45, 46. Temperature 24. Minus the 14 degrees in the garage. Running around 10 degrees. Right, I'll leave it running. Once I get to 10 or 11 on the test, we'll get back. Okay, it's on test 7. Running now for 10 minutes. Flat out. Maximum core temp 28. Value now is 28, 27. 15 degrees in the garage now. So it's running about 13, 14 degrees on the CPU. Excuse me, CPU cooler is an Alpha Cool water block, which is in there. So that looks like it's doing a good job. That was I just bought that as something to test stuff out on this thing, as all this was spare bar the fans which I bought the other day. Okay, it's been running now for about 20 minutes. As you can see, on prime 95, pass, all the cores pass, they still flat out. Thermal margin 40.4. We'll take a touch. Core temperature is 30 degrees in core temps. Hardware monitor showing around 29. Running flat out. So what I'm going to do now is going to put these fans, Corsiar SP120 Performance Edition, to the same as what the CoolerMaster Sickleflows are flat out, which is 1850. We'll just touch that up a bit. Say I think they were 1800. It's about there. 1830. So we go to 2 round there and 3 round there. Somewhere around there, I should say. Yeah, 2, 3. Just notch that up a little bit more. Okay, so they're all around 1830. So that's what the Sickleflows were running at. And you can hear it now. It's not bad at all. Not bad. Sounds very smooth. Okay, the air coming out. You can feel the warmth coming out from the bottom of the radiator. I don't know if you'll be able to hear anything. But listen, that's 1830, give or take a few RPM. Let's go at the top. That's holding the camera around 6 inches away from the top of the fan. And there's approximately a 25mm gap under the radiator between the top of there and the underside the rad and top of case. Okay, I'm going to leave that running now. So, see what the temperatures drop down to. It's only been running a couple of minutes on 1850 and it's 30 degrees, thermal margin 42.6 and hardware monitor is saying it's 27 degrees and the max temperature on core temps 30 degrees. So I'll leave that running now till it passes again on 12 and we'll see what the temperatures are like then. Okay, Prime 95 now is just past everything. On the second run with the fans with the Corsiar SP120 Performance Editions on 1830 RPM. We have max temperature of 30 and 27 degrees on the core. That's core temps. The hardware monitor here is showing 26, 29 and thermal margin 43.4. So now what I'm going to do is ramp these fans up. These are on 1830 at the moment. Okay, which was the same as the Sickleflows. I think it's a couple of degrees cooler and I can feel the breeze. I'm standing 2 feet away and I can feel the breeze coming out from the top of that case on my hand. Right, so what we're going to do now, we're going to ramp them all up flat out so that we listen to this. That's not too bad. And it says that they run at 2350, give or take 10%, which is near enough dead on. 2160, 2130, and the noise is not bad at all. Not bad at all. Maybe the environment I'm in, which is in my garage, and I'm holding the camera now approximately 12 inches away from the fans. Okay, and now I'm going to zoom right in, go right and over the tops, 6 inches above the top of the fan, and they're not that loud at all. I'm not sure what it's going to come out like on the camera, but that's 6 inches away, all the way around. And what we do, we go right to the underneath, between the case and the inside of the rad. Good amount of air coming through there. Don't forget, this is a Alpha Cool 30mm thick 360 long rad with fins at 10 per inch. 10 fins per inch on this rad. So that might help keep the noise down as the air is going down through the radiator, being the bigger the least amount of fins per inch. Like a Corsiar 100i is 24 fins per inch, so this has got half the amount of that. So let's just have a check of the temperatures. We're still running prime 95. Okay, thermal margin 43. The approximate temperature of this CPU to run is 70 degrees, so whatever we got there, so we're running around 26.5, which we are. On hardware monitors gone down to 26, 27 on the CPU. Sorry, on core temps. So I'm going to leave that running now flat out for the next set when it gets to 12 and see what the temperatures are. But that's holding the camera 12 inches away, and it's not as loud as what I've seen on YouTube. You know, at these performance fans flat out I've seen on YouTube, they seem loud as hell, but actually in person they ain't bad at all. I'm very, very pleased with them. Very pleased. Okay, I'm going to stand now, let's say that's 4 feet. And don't forget, I've got another computer going to my right with the Fenix Spectra Pro fans on, a 60mm Alpha Cool rad, which is just behind me. Okay, now we're going to 6 feet. You can still hear them at 6 feet away, but it's nothing. You know, if you're gaming and got your headphones on, you ain't gonna hear them, man. And they do a great job. You know, everyday use, you use these fans, and you only need them on about 800, 850, and you wouldn't even hear them. You know, if you've got some radiator like this one, 10 fins per inch, you know, if you're gonna get a denser, you know, 15, 20 fins per inch, something like that, you probably get more noise because it's trying to blow it down between the fins. But this, you can still feel the heat coming out the bottom of that. Temperature 26, minus the garage temperature, which is now 16 degrees. So approximately, this is just an approximate test just to give you guys an idea. So the actual core is running around 10 degrees C. Right, I'll get back to you when it's on 12. Okay, Prime 95 been running again now on SP120 Performance Editions at 2150-ish RPM. CoolerMaster Pro fan controller. Okay, what we got here, we have thermal margin of 43.5, core temperature on CPU, hardware monitors 26, maximum 29, 27 on core temps, running at 4.3, give or take a touch, hertz there, megahertz. Okay, what I'm going to do now is just going to turn off Prime 95 and see how long it takes for that. 26 degrees and 27 degrees. The garage temperature is now 16 degrees C, so the core is running at 10 degrees C on the Alpha Cool water block. And right, we're going to turn this off, leave it at 2130 RPM on the fans, and see how long it takes to cool off. Okay, sorry about that. The 8 gig SD card was full, just had to empty it off. Turned off Prime 95, and it took about 2 minutes on full bore, which is about 2150 to 130 RPM on the SP Performance 120s, to get back down to around 8 degrees, say averaging around 8 degrees C. All the cores are off, temperature down to 5 degrees, give or take a touch. Yeah, so averaging between 11 and 3, so 7 degrees on the cores. Maximum temperature it got to was 29. So all in all, superb fan, not noisy at all. They're back down to around 870. And as you can see, as you can hear, nothing. That noise you can hear coming from there is the back fan and the pump. So I'm going to turn the back fan off. All you know is you can hear the pump going. And there, that's the fans. So all in all, very pleased. Difference between the SP120 Performance and the Sickleflows, if you like the lights, there's the lights are a bit blinding on the top rad, but if they're inside your case it'd be fine. I'm going to say there's approximately 4 degrees C difference between the SP120 Performance Editions at 1850 and the CoolerMaster Sickleflows running at about 1800, 1850. It's about 4 degrees difference. All in all, I think it's personal choice. The Sickleflows were around £5.50 per fan. Nice fan, nice LEDs, but it would blind me from this corner when I'm here. Or these ones I got from Overclockers, and they cost me £10.50 each. There was a double pack, but they were out of those, but buying them singly was about £1 cheaper than buying them in the double packs. So that's what I did, got the 3 singles. But yeah, well pleased with them. As I say, personal choice. Both very, very good fans. One with LEDs on the Sickleflows, and obviously the Corsiars, these ones don't have the lights in, which I actually preferring them without the lights. They're very, very good quality, and they look the business. Look very, very nice. So that's about it. I hope you liked the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll get a few more done on these. Thanks for watching.